Okay, we're going to do a little story about this bicentennial, how I came about it, and how long I had it. And wasn't one of my favorite models of the Stingrays, but I came upon this from my past Schwinn dealer. I used to visit him a lot of times since I was just a kid, and throughout. When I got my living peeler in '82, I bought a road up to his bike shop. I got a little bit more acquainted with him throughout the 80s and then thereon, and then really strongly back into maybe the mid 90s when I really got into the Stingray hobby. And, anyways, we've always talked, and I've always got stuff from him, some parts, some accessories. And he's been a real nice guy, real informative because he's been, in the Schwinn business since 1948, and he's been at the Schwinn factory numerous times. So I always loved his stories that he used to tell me from time to time. But anyways, he told me this had been around maybe early 2000. He told me he had a couple of Stingrays. He goes, he might be interested in selling. I said, okay. I said, what do you got? He said, they're not very old. He's thinking they're probably later 70s. He knows he has a sky blue one, and he doesn't sure what's in the other box. He's not sure if it's another two sky blues or it could be a red one. But anyways, he said he'll check on it and see what it is. And the next time I went to his shop, about a week later, he told me, yeah. He goes, the other one it's a bicentennial. He goes, you ever heard of that? Yeah, I said I've heard of it. It just didn't really catch my interest in my eye when I first seen. I seen a couple of those at a swap meet, and pretty rough shape, but I've seen them. And he goes, well, I got a coaster one. He goes, it's missing some parts, but the sky blue one, he said he was asking $300 for it. He might let it go for me for $250. And I said, okay. But he said it's a 78. And there again, I don't know. I'm not really interested in later 70s. But he goes, if you want to look at that bicentennial, I have it in the back. So, anyways, he took it. He looked at I looked in the box, and right away it's missing the seat, and it's missing the whole seat and the strut assembly, the whole strut. It's missing the back fender, and what else was it missing? It was missing something else. That's about it. I think was just about it. Oh no, I'm sorry. And the chain guard. He said probably in the time they might have took some parts off of it for customer replacement and so on. He don't remember, but he said he'll let it go for $150, the way it is. I said okay. I said I'll be interested in it. He goes, let me look around. He goes, I might have a seat. It's not the correct seat on it, but it was a brand new Stingray seat. So he brought it and showed it to me, and it's this one here. I think it's a 77. Somebody can correct me. It's a nice seat, brand new. He says never been mounted. So he got me the seat, and he got me the strut, and he found me an NOS fender, but he didn't have the hardware and the bracket. He said you can make your own, which I did. So anyways, later on in time, I ended up finding the bracket. So that's what I'm going to put on today is that. So anyways, and then the chain guard, he pulled out a aluminum trash can. He had all kinds of stuff in there, and he pulled out some chain guards. He goes, he believes this one's probably a later 70 chain guard. He goes, you can prime it and paint it. So that's what I did. So I primed it and I painted it. I had some Schwinn white paint in the original factory can, so it came out pretty good. I had Pete Aronson from Hyper Performance silk screen it, because he had the board, but he didn't have the paint, the color. So I said, he knew Pete. He goes, Pete can do it for you too. So anyway, so there's my Bicentennial. And I told him I like this seat better than that other seat that came with it. So everything's original to it. I mean, the handlebars, I mean, a little bit of defects right here because when he had it in the box, the rim, I believe it was the axle, must have rubbed against it. So, oh well, I mean, it is what it is. And I did touch up a few areas where there was a nick right here. You could probably see some of it, but I touched up there. And anyways, it's a nice bike. You know, decals are getting yellow, but it's originality to the bike. And he even gave me his, he put his shop sticker on there. Ha! Yeah, they assembled it for me. And so I got it for, with $150 and the seat and the strut, he only charged me, and the fender, he charged me $25. Hey, you can't beat that. So there's my Bicentennial. I had an American Bell on there, an original one, but I took it off and I put this one on there, but I don't know, about 10 years ago or so. And the other bell I sold when I sold a lot of my accessories in my room here. There went the bell too. And then I went to a shop around 2006, around there, mid-2000, and he let me go in the back, and he only gave me 15 minutes. He was even timing me. I was going through all his stuff. My God, he had a lot of new departure stuff. And I saw this rack up there. I go, what's the story on that rack? He goes, it's a 20-inch. He's got two of them. He said he'll let one go. So he sold me this for $15. And it's NOS. I don't know if you can see it, but it's in there. It says Schwinn on there. It's hard to get a good view of it. But anyways, and one thing about these racks, oh my God, it's got some tension on there. You can literally break your finger bone if that snapped on you. But anyways, that's it's a little dusty. I'm going to work on it today. I'm going to detail the rims. Even got the Bicentennial hub shiners on there. Same there too. The tires are not the original, but because they had cracks on them, because they were flat in the box and it was unsafe, so he gave me this one, which was new all stock at the time. I believe it's probably dated later 70s. I have to look at it. Or maybe it's... Here it is right there. It's hard to tell. I think it says 80. And then the front one is the original one, because I've been riding on it. I should put reissue tires on this, but this bike doesn't get ridden that much. It only gets taken to when we have our 4th of July and maybe a few other events, but I don't really ride it much. And it's actually, if you can see it right there, it's November of 76. So he told me that this chain guard is a little different than the one on the 76 model, but he said the 77 models were coming out, so he said between November, December, most bikes were already having new parts for the following year, so pretty much correct. And it's a nice bike. I ride it once in a while, but I'm going to put that bracket on today. Take off that one. So that's the story on this one. I've had it since about, I want to say around 2001. So I've had it for a long time. And this bike did not sell on the other bikes I've had before. This bike was in the house. And I didn't want to sell this bike anyways because I started to like it anyways. Didn't like it in the beginning, but hey, for $150 and feel the, $25 more into it, can't beat that.